high school level. And we might as well start with Chalmette, right? It's a Chalmette day here in the neighborhood. So this gentleman is a graduate of Chalmette High School, and he's marshaled this program through some very difficult times, as we all know what transpired back in 2005. And to see the light at the end of the tunnel, well, it's arrived. The Owls have clinched the district championship, and they'll be playing in the state playoffs this coming Friday night against Landry Walker, a familiar opponent that they defeated during the regular season 17-12. That game is Friday night at Berman Stadium. Please give a warm Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club welcome to Jason Tucker of Chalmette High School.
First of all, thanks y'all having me here. I'd like to thank the Quarterback Club and thank Mr. Ken Trahan for everything he does for all the prep athletes in the area. I'd like to first of all talk a little bit about Chalmette High School. You know, we are very fortunate to have, you know, a great supporting cast, great administration. You know, Mr. Warner, you know, hands down one of the best principals around. You know, Ms. Doris Voce, our superintendent, you know, who got us through the Katrina, you know, the rebuilding process. You know, our athletic director, Dave Brossett, excuse me, you know, they all make sure that we have everything that we need to have a successful program and a successful school. You know, the school ratings just came out, and Chalmette's once again an A school. You know, without those guys' leaderships and our great teachers and our great administration, that wouldn't happen. You know, as my son Jason sits here, you know, he's an example of the type of kids we have at Chalmette. You know, we make sure that they, you know, perform well in the classroom as they do in the field. Also have with me today Coach Richard Walker. Coach Richard Walker is our assistant AD, also my offensive coordinator. Coach Walker hired me my first varsity football job ever. You know, some people give him the blame, give him the credit, you know, whatever way you want to look at it. But Coach Walker, you know, is a guy who's mentored me through my entire career. If I was on his staff, if he was on my staff, we was on separate staffs, and I always called him. He always had a hand, either behind the scenes or what, helped me put a game plan together. You know, I'm always grateful for that. You know, personally, I lived in St. Louis Parish my entire life. You know, I'm invested in the community. I'm a product of the public school system. I went to public school my entire life. You know, so it's very important to me personally that Chalmette High School does well. Let's talk a little bit about our team this year. You know, in the past, 2012, we lost, which wound up being a district championship game to Higgins, 13-10. Wound up being two plays that really determined that game. You know, last year, our 2014 team, which, you know, we had a very good team that year. You know, we wound up losing to John Eric with about 1:50 left in the game. You know, and our kids this year, they came out determined not to let that happen, not to let the opportunity to be a district champion slip through their grasp. You know, I think this year our senior leadership and our captains have made a difference in us getting over that obstacle of being the best that we possibly can every day. You know, we really focus all year on ourselves. We challenge our kids every day, every practice, every rep, every game. Just focus on yourself, keep getting better, and you'll win more games. Keep getting better, worry about us. And I really think the kids have bought into it, and I think the result of this year has really shown that. You know, this year our offense, you know, has kind of led our team, especially early on. You know, Mason Mitchell, our tailback, has over 1,600 yards rushing, 25 touchdowns. You know, last game, secured the district title, he had 5 touchdowns. You know, 270-something yards rushing. You know, you're not going to do that without an outstanding offensive line, without outstanding coaches on that side of the ball. You know, our defense has gotten better all year. You know, we really worked hard on getting our defense better, and they've really been playing well. You know, last 2 games, we only given up 10 points. You know, they've done a great job. You know, Mr. Trahan mentioned that we have a rematch in the playoffs versus Landry Walker. You know, our defense in that game only gave up 12 points to a pretty high-powered offense. So we're looking forward to that challenge. And I think our team will be ready. We had one of our better Mondays yesterday at practice, so we're going to be ready to go. Guys, any questions?
Raise your hand if you have a question. Get a microphone to you. Anyone?
Thank you very much.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, how you doing?
I remember last year you onside kicked the ball off your kickoffs quite a lot.
Yes, sir.
But not as much this year.
Um,
Did it change in the rule of having the 4 players on each side of the kicker change your mind about kicking onside kicks?
No, actually, we've been kicking as much as we ever have. You know, in our victory against West Jeff, which was an offensive battle back and forth, we kicked 4, got all 4. You know, on the last 2 games, we kicked one each. So that's always in our game plan. You know, we have an outstanding kicker. He's a sophomore. He can approach the ball, you know, as he's kicking it deep and making an onside kick. So it's very hard to defend. You know, and as you know, in our district, we have a lot of guys, a lot of skilled athletes that are back there returning. So it's one way that we can try to control, you know, the athletes on the other team without getting the ball. So we do it. Yes, sir.
What percentage y'all recover?
Coach Walks? I would say we probably recover a good 70%, huh, Coach? Good 70% of them. It's definitely worthwhile, and our kids do a good job of it, and they get excited about it, and we have an opportunity. We think we have the opportunity to get every one. If not, we wouldn't do it. I mean, it's not a slow dribbling kick. It's one that's perfected that you'd see on Sundays. I mean, it's pretty.
How many do y'all have? Y'all have multiple?
We can go either left or right with the onside kick, but we do sky kick. You know, because our kicker cannot put it in the end zone, so we have to be a little creative. Because again, we have in this district, we have a lot of guys that you kick it to them, they have a chance to take it to the house. So we try to minimize that any chance we get.
Good luck.
Hey, thank you. Hey, thanks for having me. Thank you.